Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing some more shorter-term technical analysis because as you guys can see, Bitcoin is on the move. Now, we haven't had a breakout just yet at the time of recording this video anyway, but Bitcoin is most certainly moving to the upside. Overnight, we moved up to around $9,400 back to where we're trading now at $9,360. And guys, a lot of the technicals are starting to line up and show that we may be about to see a big move on Bitcoin. This downtrend that we see on Bitcoin here is pretty well established. This is about where this downtrend ought to be. And as you guys can see, Bitcoin broke bullish. We've come down and tested it as support, and now we're continuing to move to the upside. This brings bullish and bearish implications. I'll explain exactly why later on in today's video. Before we get on into today's video, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, I've said that 3 times now, make sure you hit that like button down below, or I will have to go and steal your coffee because I am running out. And also, guys, don't forget that I did extend the sale on CT2A for 3 more days, which means there's now 2 days left on that. November 2019 is still active for another 48 hours. That link is in the description down below. A lot of you guys in a couple videos ago asked me to extend the sale on CT2A so you'd have a couple more days to get into the academy because you guys have been joining like crazy. If you're interested in learning everything you need to know about technical analysis, I highly recommend joining us at the link in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Well, whatever, we're gonna roll with it. We need to continue on here, guys, so without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, I want to start off the video by showing you the range that we're sitting in right now. Bitcoin is in a very important range at the moment. There's a reason that I've been talking about decision points in so many of our recent videos. All these videos along here, every single one of them, I've been talking about how Bitcoin is nearing a decision point where we're going to have to decide if Bitcoin's going to break to the upside or the downside. So very quickly, I'm going to run over that again. As we can see, guys, Bitcoin is above the 200 daily simple moving average. That's this moving average right here. Bitcoin's above that. It is instead below the 100 daily simple moving average. During bull markets and during uptrends, Bitcoin is typically above that moving average. Let me single that one out so you guys can see it. Bitcoin is normally above this moving average. We're still below it. Bitcoin wants to get above that moving average, which is currently sitting right here around $9,600 before we can continue higher. But it's not just that moving average that we're looking at, guys. We also have a lot of other technicals, one of them being the Fibonacci. As you guys know, Fibonacci retracement is a very powerful tool in technical analysis for a plethora of different reasons. One of them having to do with the fact that normally Bitcoin is trading around these levels. Normally, it is a good indicator of where Bitcoin is going to rally to. If we turn off our moving averages here, you're going to notice that Bitcoin actually rallied to the 0.5 when we had our initial breakout and has been getting support somewhere around 23.6 down here. It's an important technical indicator, one that you should be watching. And if you guys are in CT2A, especially if you're new and you haven't watched it yet, that video on Fibonacci retracements right there. I recommend you watch that. It's a good video. Nevertheless, the reason I bring up Fibonacci is because Bitcoin is also trading between 2 Fibonacci levels, the 23.6 and the 38.2 right here. And we actually have some convergence of resistance, guys, because the 100 daily simple moving average is not far below the 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is creating kind of a zone of resistance. We'll go ahead and draw a zone of resistance box right about here. Which that's interesting, guys, because there's also another zone of support, which is right down about here. I'm going to draw something like this, because as you can see, that incorporates the top of our uptrending moving average here. It incorporates our uptrend of support right here, 50, our level of Fibonacci. There's a lot of support beneath us at the same time as there is resistance above us. And I really wanted to dive into that in the beginning of today's video to highlight to you guys why Bitcoin is trading sideways so much. We're sitting between very powerful support and resistance, but now Bitcoin seems to be making a move, and I want to talk about it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, this downtrend is relatively well established. We're using both of these wicks right there and right there, perfect touches on them, so there's not a whole lot of argument there. We can't incorporate this touch up here and actually make this downtrend make any kind of sense, so what we're doing is it actually lines up pretty well with a top up here on the 5-minute, which makes this look a little bit nicer. What that means, guys, is because this downtrend of resistance is so well defined, we can pretty confidently say that Bitcoin is in the process of breaking it. That's not to say Bitcoin is breaking out, those are two different things, but Bitcoin is currently in the process of breaking this downtrend. Bitcoin has broken. As we can see, it's come down and tested support right here. This is critical, guys. We came down and tested support. We talk about that in the academy also, and engaging the strength of support and resistance. We talk about how Bitcoin will break bullish. It'll come down and test a level of support, and then it'll continue rallying if it's a strong rally. That's what we're seeing here. Bitcoin broke, tested as support, which was previous resistance, and then continued. That's very good. That's a good sign. Now, like I said, there is a caveat here, and that's that we don't have a whole lot of volume, so this is not really a breakout. Bitcoin would be at like $10,000 by now if this were a proper breakout. But what this does mean is that Bitcoin is on the move, and this could turn into some kind of big breakout in today's trading day if Bitcoin continues moving to the upside. So let's discuss some reasons why Bitcoin might do just that. Well, guys, if you'll remember on the 4-hourly chart, not the 10-hourly chart, on the 4-hourly chart, I've been showing you guys the MACD down here for quite some time. I've been talking about this, and the reason I've been talking about it is because MACD, especially on the 4-hourly chart, is pretty accurate, guys. As we can see, Bitcoin crossed MACD down here. Let's grab our crosshairs and I'll show you. Bitcoin had a MACD cross right down here. Look at this. Right here is the cross. Right here is the rally. perfect timing, guys. The MACD is traditionally a very powerful indicator. Right here also, bearish cross on the MACD, we fell. If we continue moving farther back, you will see similar things. We had a bearish cross right here, MACD fell. Bullish cross right here, MACD continued down for a little bit, but we did have a bit of a bounce. Point being, MACD, especially on the 4-hourly I found, is relatively accurate. And over the last 8 hours or so, Bitcoin has had a bullish cross here on the MACD. I've been telling you guys this was going to happen for about 4 days. I've said it in pretty much every single video since this video right over here. Bitcoin is going to have a bullish cross on the MACD, and it's probably going to bring some bullish price action. That's exactly what's happened so far. Bitcoin has had a little bit of bullish price action. What we need now is for the rest of our technical indicators to start aligning even more bullish and pushing Bitcoin higher. Speaking of other technical indicators, one of the cool things is that the 50 moving average on the 4-hourly chart is actually giving Bitcoin support right here. And what do you know it? So is the 20 exponential moving average. As you can see, Bitcoin is above it right here. I want to bring up something real quick, and that's the feeling, gut feeling in here in CT2A, the feeling of instinct in the markets. I hadn't pre-planned to show you guys the 20 EMA on the 4-hourly chart, but I looked at this chart and I said to myself, Bitcoin is sitting right on top of the 20 EMA. I turned it on, boom, it is. That's exactly what's happening. I knew for a fact that the 20 EMA was going to be right there. I'm not saying that to brag in any stretch of the imagination. You guys that have been trading for a long time realize that after you've been trading for a while, you get this intuition, you get this feeling of what is going on in the indicators. And as a side note, that's something you guys want to be working towards, is being able to understand where the indicators are and having a sense for them. That's a very valuable skill to have. Since that just happened to me, I thought I'd throw it in here. But guys, we can keep doing technical analysis until the cows come home, so I'm going to go ahead and make my point. That is this. Check out the VPVR. Look at what we're seeing here. You see this gigantic ball of resistance up here that is above Bitcoin? That's why Bitcoin hasn't moved yet. There wasn't a whole lot of resistance down here. Bitcoin pretty easily ran 40%. It ran into all of this resistance up around these VPVR levels because of all this trading back here. That's a problem in Bitcoin right now. We don't have a whole lot of support down here. We have one big spike right here, but we don't have as much support down here as we have resistance up here, which is going to make the bears slightly stronger than the bulls, or at least make it harder on the bulls and easier on the bears, should I say. And I think that's contributing to why Bitcoin is having a hard time continuing with this rally and continuing this momentum. Because guys, there's two ways that we can interpret this move that we saw this morning. We can interpret this as, oh, this is a bullish thing. Bitcoin's breaking. Bitcoin's moving to the upside. Good. Maybe we'll see some more bullishness in today's video. Or you can interpret it this way. Bitcoin broke bullish, and that's all it did. Where's the rest of the bullishness? Where are the bulls? Is anything actually going to happen, or is Bitcoin going to fall over? There's two ways to interpret that. I've given you guys a lot of analysis in today's video, so you guys can make that decision for yourselves. But the point of this video is that Bitcoin is sitting between two major support and resistance zones, and the resistance zone especially is very strong right now. We're going to need to see Bitcoin have a slow grind up through this. I don't think Bitcoin's just going to moonshot straight to $16,000 by 2 days ago, like everybody was saying when they thought Bitcoin was going to 16K in October. I told you that wasn't going to happen. If Bitcoin does go to $16,000, it's probably not going to even be in November. It would probably be in December or January. I could see something like that happening. But guys, I don't personally expect Bitcoin to just moonshot straight to $11,000 or $12,000 because of all of this resistance up here and because of this resistance zone I showed you. I'd like to see Bitcoin move up to like $10,000 to $10,500 and continue from there. And I am still very bullish on Bitcoin, but we're going to need something big to happen to push Bitcoin that quickly again. So guys, try not to bet the farm on Bitcoin having another explosive breakout, because I personally don't see it happening. We might see a 10 or 20% move, and yes, I'm saying that that's not explosive. Guys, we saw a 45% move. That's explosive. I'm not expecting another 40 or 45% move. I am, however, expecting Bitcoin to start moving to an uptrend and continuing higher from there. It's going to be a slow crawl all the way back up to $14,000, guys, but after we're there, $20,000 will be happening within a couple of weeks of that, more than likely, because Bitcoin will have absolutely no resistance to stop it. Check out the VPVR levels up here. So in conclusion, guys, yes, something very interesting may be about to happen to Bitcoin. I mean, we're having this kind of curving uptrend of support right here. I like seeing this trend that Bitcoin is in, but I wouldn't personally expect just a gigantic blow off top that goes off the chart. Make sure you guys are being smart with your trades. Make sure you're using your stop losses. Make sure you're being careful and placing trades when you should and having plans and all of that nonsense. Make sure you guys are being smart, because as you all know, it's very easy to lose money in cryptocurrency if you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, guys, I'm starting to realize that I have that radio voice this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up here, guys. Before we do, I do want to remind you of CT2A. The reason I'm reminding you guys of this is because so many of you asked me to extend the sale, so I'm going to make sure you're aware that I did. The sale on CT2A has been extended to midnight tomorrow, so if you guys are interested in learning everything you need to know about technical analysis so you can get started in these markets and profiting in them, I highly recommend you guys check out CT2A. We have nearly 1,000 members now, around 940 last I checked, and they are loving CT2A. Guys, remember, the Academy has a full money-back refund guarantee, 14-day money-back refund guarantee, no questions asked. All you have to do is shoot me an email that says, give me a refund, Jeb. I want a refund. I want my money back, you know? Hopefully you say it in a little bit nicer ways than that, but that's up to you. You say that, I go into PayPal or I go into Stripe, I hit the refund button, you get your money back. It's that easy. You get a refund if you want it. But here's the cool thing. We haven't had a refund on CT2A in like 4 months. We've had 300, 400, 500 people join in those last 4 months or so. We haven't had a single refund request. And the reason for that is because when people join the Academy, they realize that it's a quality product and it's worth every single penny that they paid. And guys, if you're still unsure, what I'd say to do is join the Discord server down below, talk to some of our students, and see what they think. I say that a lot, but the reason is because I consider myself an ethical businessman. I will never lie to you to sell a product. I believe wholeheartedly in what we have here because I've seen what it can do in people's lives. They tell me, and it's absolutely heartwarming, honestly. Which is also why I tell you to go and talk to them, see what they have to say. Ask them if it's a good product. Ask them if it's worth it. Ask them if you're going to get your money's worth. And I want you to make an informed decision based off of the testimony of people that are already in the Academy. I'm not going to show you a bunch of testimonies because I could Photoshop those. I don't. But you might accuse me of doing that. I want you to go and legitimately talk to them. And guys, to wrap the video up, I do want to make a point. There's a reason that we sell CT2A and it's not free. And people have asked me that before. They're like, Jeb, why, if CT2A is such a good product, why don't you just give it away? There are 2 reasons for that. Number 1, Taylor and I, hi Taylor.
Hi Taylor.
We put a lot of work into these videos and frankly, our time is worth something. We deserve to get paid for the time that we're putting in. It took me hundreds, over 1,000 hours to learn everything that goes into CT2A. It took me probably 200 hours to put the Academy itself together. It takes Taylor and I several man and woman hours every single day to run this channel. And the thing that's awesome about CT2A is it allows us to continue making free content here on YouTube to bring to you guys and educate you guys and make sure you are caught up to speed with what's going on in the market, which is what we love doing because otherwise it wouldn't be possible. The second reason that we charge for CT2A is because of this. If I were to give you guys this information for free, you wouldn't take it seriously. There's 10 hours of content in here, and I'll be quite honest with you, sometimes learning how to change the background color on TradingView isn't all that interesting, but if you've paid for it, you have an incentive to make sure you actually go through all these videos and you get the quality content in here downloaded into your brain. If I just gave it to you for free, you wouldn't take it seriously. So guys, there are 2 days left on CT2A. We have a full money back refund guarantee in the first 14 days. If you don't like the Academy, shoot me an email. I'll give you your money back, but you can use that 14-day refund policy as a sort of free trial. But guys, that is pretty much going to have to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your take on the analysis today. Do you think Bitcoin is going to continue rallying here and we're going to have a big breakout? Or do you think this major level of resistance that we're looking at is going to hold us down? I would love to hear your opinions on that in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.